Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to MJC Sports YouTube channel. Max, Sunday night recap. We back at it. It's been a while since we done one of these. We had some time. I had some time today.
Last week. But
No, but I'm saying on
okay.
Sunday night, though.
Oh,
Sunday night
yeah.
recap. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
we,
Sunday night.
we've been doing the Mondays for you guys, so we decided to switch it up. We had some time today, so we're going to give it to you guys
Today
on
we
Monday.
had time.
Today we had time. Today we had time. All right.
One
anyway.
sorry ass team didn't play today, so he's
I hate Max
Sorry.
so much. It's just
sorry.
this. Your quarterback didn't even throw for 100 yards, but okay. We still won the game.
Let's be real.
Carried.
You loved watching the Chiefs lose.
Carried.
You loved watching the Chiefs lose, right? Come on.
Yeah.
You did. Okay, you're welcome.
I'm just gonna say this.
You're
Carried. Not a real
that
quarterback.
tush isn't gonna push itself, brother. By the way, they all go early. Every lineman goes early. Well, don't worry. They line up offsides every time. So it evens out.
It's a false start
right?
almost every play, too.
And they're offsides. So whatever. F you.
Anyway, look.
Media.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure to comment down below. Like the video. All that good stuff. We got some good stuff coming out for you guys, man. If you guys haven't already, we came out with a Jordan Davis video. Max did a breakdown on him, on how he's a breakout player. I mean,
me?
I said you.
No, you want to.
I said
you.
we. I mean, I did the editing. Okay. I got it out by Friday, but okay. Anyway.
Might work.
Anyway, make sure to check that out. Jordan Davis had another amazing week. So hopefully Jordan Davis can continue it. And if you guys want to check out that video, go ahead and check it out. I highly recommend it.
Please. Yeah, one did a great job.
Really Max did a great job too. You know, I give flowers where flowers are due.
Glaze.
Anyway, okay, so where do you want to start, Max? There's a lot of stuff that went on Sunday. What are you thinking? What really popped out to you that you wanted to talk about?
I think we should give like a theme of the week like we usually do. Theme of the week. Let's see. Sometimes the old is new. I think that's my theme of the week. And what I mean by that is, the Jaguars got a new coaching staff, but boy, they look like the same old Jaguars. Arizona look like the same old Cardinals. The Saints look like the Panthers for a quarter and a half look like the same old Panthers. There's nothing worse in the NFL than Bryce Young week 1 and week 2 of the NFL season. I think that. Other than that, I think we got some unexpected, really good games. Like I feel like last week it was the Steelers and Jets, and this week it was the Cowboys and Giants. Russ with he had his walk. He was just
Russ heard you. Russ heard you, Max.
My bad, Russ. My bad for wanting to bench you after. I think give him a 10-year extension after that week. That's how extreme I can be. Juan, would you have a theme of the week?
Yeah, I would say don't trust week 1. That's the theme of the week. To never trust week 1. You go into these games. We've seen the Jets and the Steelers score a bunch of points, like Max said. The Jets come out this week. They scored 10 freaking points. All right. Lions looked like absolute crap last week. They put up a 52 burger on their old offensive coordinator, beat down on the Bears. Giants and Cowboys scored a bunch of points. Dak Prescott didn't score a single touchdown pass last week. He comes out and he balls out. Russell Wilson, same thing. Never trust week 1. Okay, this is why we love the NFL. This is why it's low-key terrible to bet in week 2 because everyone is just going off 1 week. I stayed away from betting this weekend. I'm glad because I would have got smoked this week. Absolutely wrecked. Anyway, but that's my theme of the week. Don't trust week 1. All right. I want to start off with the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos, Max. I think this is the most shocking game, in my opinion, that happened today. It was a very entertaining game. Jonathan Taylor, Max, had over 100.
Throw the ball away this time, so
yeah. Jonathan Taylor had 165 yards, 25 totes. He also had 2 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Max, you know me. I was one of the highest people on the Broncos this year. Their defense looked very soft against the run today. And is this a thing where you trust the Colts more? Like you're impressed by the Colts more, or are you disappointed more in the Broncos?
I think it's kind of going back to what you said about don't trust week one. I think we kind of have to wait on the defenses. Like this was not a good week for defenses. It was simply was not. I'm gonna go with I just like the Colts a little bit more. I still trust the Broncos. I mean, obviously Surtain got banged up in the game. Not that he's like a giant piece of their run defense, but that was just something to keep an eye on. But I thought Bo Nix had a good bounce back game. He had one mistake, but he also had some really like just impressive plays. Like he threw this ball crossbody to not Zaire Franklin, Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
That Marvin Mims continues to just be a hit for me. I know he didn't have a big game, but I think he's a good player. I would just say this one. I think the Colts have some mojo right now. I mean, I'm thinking about seeing if I can jersey swap my Anthony Richardson jersey for a Daniel Jones. We'll have to see if that holds up. But I think they're just playing a really good brand of football. And I guess this would be the one thing is even though, we're still big believers of AR, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to my grave thinking he could be good. They're just kind of playing in time. And what I mean by that is they're not, it's not 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. It's like, run the ball first, 2nd and 6. We're going to complete a short pass, 3rd and 3. And they're playing like that. I wouldn't say Daniel Jones just lit the world on fire today. Would you want?
No,
but he just played well.
I would. He played. I thought he played really well. I believe he went
but
like
it's
20.
It's not like all of a sudden now. It's like they're just having good quarterback play, and good quarterback play is obviously a lot better than just piss poor. It's not like amazing. It's not like Josh Allen on the Bills where it's like, hey, if we don't have great quarterback play this week, we're going to lose. I mean, the Colts were an 8-9 team last year with really sporadic quarterbacking.
Yeah.
They're a good football team. And Tyler Warren looks really good.
Yeah, he looks really good. I want to say this too. The defense for the Indianapolis Colts is looking very underrated. They hired Big Lou. We were talking about it in the offseason. And I mean, Cam Bynum. Cam Bynum was a guy that played very good in Minnesota last year. He got a lot of interceptions, got a couple touchdowns to come with them. His celebrations are goated. His celebration was freaking hilarious this week.
Week 1 or week 2? I
Both.
like week 1. I like week 1 a little more.
Yeah, week 1 was a little bit. He was spazzing out.
I just want to add one thing to what you said. They were missing some guys today. Chivarius Orr didn't play. Latu didn't play. Those are big, and they still played it. I mean, I had 28 points, but I thought the defense was feisty. They were good. They were kind of like that standard Lou Almirono. We might give up some yards, but we're not going to break. We're going to be really competitive.
I just think I like where the direction's going for the offense. I think they have a real identity. I think that's the biggest thing about it. It has a certain look to it. Do I think the Colts are going to keep this up? No, because honestly, if you would really look at this game, Max, they got lucky. They got bailed out by that stupid penalty.
That's what I was just going to say. Are we overreacting to like a really stupid penalty like that?
But they hung in there, and I believe that the Broncos are still a really good team. Like you said, Bo Nix had a good game. I know Patrick Surtain was out for a couple plays. It was a good
week for you. Your AFC West was it took some L's today. On a side note, I will say this. I feel like every time Daniel Jones gets hit, I'm like, uh-oh. Is that like that's the one thing though with like a Daniel Jones, you're kind of like, when's it gonna happen?
This
and I don't mean that like to be the best O-line he's ever played for, without a doubt.
Yeah. I would say this though, Max. It's the first time ever that I see the Shane Steichen offense look like a version of what we've seen in Philly. Honestly, like it looks like a watered down version. It's nowhere near as good. Like Daniel Jones is not Jalen Hurts, but he is looking like a poor man's version of Jalen Hurts.
I mean, they do have like a poor man's version of the whole offense. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's like a little bit poor man of Saquon. I know Saquon wasn't there, was Steichen, but I mean, AJ Brown, Michael Pittman, Devontae Smith, Alec Pierce, Goddard is Warren.
Yeah.
It's lining up. And I mean, if you're a coach or on the hot seat, I don't think there's a better way to start your year off than winning your first 2 games, especially on how they looked.
Exactly. So I just wanted to give props to the Colts, man. They're 2-0. Broncos go to 1-1.
The Titans next week too. They could easily be 3-0.
Easily go 3-0. And honestly, that's a trap game. I think that says a lot about them if they can just handle business against the Titans.
Yeah, I was going to say if they handle business, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, this is for real. If they come out and they drop an egg, you're like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Titans. Not too much, but I did want to mention them because you were talking about Cam Ward earlier. They get beat by the Rams today. The Rams look like the Rams. I think they're just fine. Puka Nakua had a great end around, go to the house. Devontae Adams looked really solid. The
Ugh.
Rams look good. They look like a playoff team. I think this is much expected to be. It's not surprising that they went on the road, get a
Yeah, the
dub.
Titans were hanging in there though. They hung in this game a while. It was close. It was closer than the score would look. Like if you think it was a blowout, no, it was tight till the end.
And I'm just gonna say this: the coaching staff for the Titans is failing Cam Ward. Cam Ward is the real deal. You guys need to go out there and watch Cam Ward. Cam Ward is as advertised. I really do think Callahan is failing this quarterback. I believe off the first 2 games that I have seen from the Titans, the coach needs to get fired. He is not the right
Wow.
guy. I
Wow.
think they should get rid of him. I do. I don't like what I see, the time management, the decisions that they're making, the play calls that they're doing. I just don't think that they're putting their rookie quarterback in the best situation possible. And it really does annoy me on watching the Tennessee Titans. What do you think, Max?
I want to say that's a little bit of an overreaction to Brian Callahan, but it's also something I kind of can co-sign because based off last year, just questionable decisions. I think they could have won week 1. I think they were primed to win that game, and then they just made a lot of dumb coaching mistakes. That it's like, it's 1st and 10, you take a sack, and then you let your quarterback air it out twice when you just need a field goal. Like, those are the things. It's like, as seasoned as Cam Ward is, right? We've talked about how much football he's played and how good he looks. It's still learning, right? You're still your first year in the NFL. Like, help the kid out. And I would agree, the coaching staff's not living up to their part of the bargain. I like what I've seen from certain guys. Like Calvin Ridley, solid. I like Elick Manor. He's good. The defense has played well. I just think the coaching staff, like you said, is a little behind the 8 ball. And I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if firing him is warranted yet, but it's certainly trending in that direction.
I'm not saying that they should fire him immediately. I'm just saying it's definitely going to happen.
Like it.
Yeah, like if this continues, which I think it is, he's gonna get fired, and it needs to happen. They need to get someone in there to work with Cam Ward and really be like a quarterback.
Can I, not to be like not to ask like one of these like first take questions, but like this is going to transition to the next game. If you had to build your team around a guy right now, would you pick Cam Ward or Caleb Williams?
Oh man,
which is yeah, right. I just thought of it like it wasn't rehearsed. Yeah, I'm very curious.
As of right now, it's very early with Cam Ward. It's fairly early with Caleb Williams, but let's talk about it. I'm leaning towards Cam Ward. What I see from Caleb Williams is the same mistakes.
But why is it?
It's the same shit. We're talking about it last episode, man. With Caleb, it's just something there. It's something that's just off.
I genuinely think the more I watch, and I talked to Dak about this, there's 2 things. I think the temperament is bad. I don't like his decision making in terms of aggressiveness. Like, it's 3rd and 8. We're just going to check it down for 4. It's like, well, that's the time I'm okay with you taking a sack, right? Like, you're not in field goal range. They're going to punt the ball anyway. And then there's times where I think he tries to be a superhero. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, are you going to be Superman all game, or are you just going to do it like one play and it's going to go horribly wrong? And I mean, he's kind of got that Will Levis thing where it's like, that was like a really bad play today. I feel like that play kind of gave Detroit life, and they didn't look back from that interception. Again, it's not all on Caleb. The defense got shredded.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I would hate to be an idiot who thought their defense was going to be the thing talked about through the first couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
one?
Yeah. I hate you.
Right one?
You just haven't mentioned that. They look good for one half.
No, they did. They did look good. But I'm genuinely concerned about Caleb through 2 weeks. This was like a really bad look.
I'm gonna say this. Did it look bad? Yes, it looked bad. And it scares me the fact that they can't run the football. I think that's one of the biggest things is that
their line play has been a little wonky.
Yeah, and nothing can stop what the Lions were going to do today. They came out with a purpose. People forget, like the Lions have been through it. Like they still have guys on that team that went the season like almost like 0-11, 0-10
I
at
feel
one
like
point.
the core of their team went through that. Like a
Yeah, so
lot of
like
them.
they like being 0-1 and getting your ass kicked by the Packers wasn't going to do much mentally to them. They were going to bounce back. They were at home. They had even more incentive to come out and kick the Bears' ass because of the whole Ben Johnson thing. I
He
think,
kind of stoked the fire in the offseason too
yeah.
about I want to be here. Dude, I think Chicago could be in for a rude awakening, as it were.
Yeah, I
They
think it's gonna be a process, and this is gonna be a process as far as like it's not gonna happen right away. I just think, man, it's hard for me to believe that this team is gonna only win like 4 games. There's just so much talent, Max.
I
It's
mean,
hard
I
for me
agree.
to think
And I
like
would
that.
say Ben Johnson, I feel like he is the man for the job. I like the way he's carried himself. I've liked what his offenses look like. It's just kind of sporadic play from Caleb. And I think another a shaky O line. They play the Cowboys next week. And I mean, the Cowboys coming off this week, the way their offense looked, they could put another 50 burger on the Bears. Again, though, Caleb is being held to a standard I talk about with like first round picks, especially the first pick in the draft where it's really high. And me and Juan always don't see eye to eye in this. Caleb is a good quarterback, but you don't get drafted one to be good. You get drafted one because we want Jaden Daniels effect. We want to believe we can win every game. We can win a Super Bowl with you. And I don't think Caleb Williams has lived up to that. And, back to the Cam Ward thing, I'm just like, that's what's crazy, right? And it's like, well, we haven't seen Cam Ward go through a struggle game. But just in terms of poise, I can already like
I would
confidently say
argue. I would
Cam Ward has
argue.
more poise than Caleb Williams through 2 weeks.
I would
He's
argue
already a
this.
more poised player.
That Denver game was tough. That was a tough game for Cam Ward. I think a lot of quarterbacks would have folded against those Denver defenses. Week 1, that's your first game. You're going against that vaunted defense. Like that takes really good poise. That takes, mentally.
I think
Vance
the
Joseph's
pocket
going to be
play,
throwing shit.
yeah. I think Caleb too, when he plays around like the muck, is really bad. I think that's where he's like at his worst right now.
Yeah.
Like he's all good. Like he looks small, right in the pocket, like
Yeah.
really small. And I get like today watching Jared Goff, because we compared like the Bears offense to like, with Ben Johnson, how with Jared Goff. It's like Jared Goff just stands back there. He's like, oh, okay, I'll just rip this ball on the crosser. I'm going to put it accurately. And I don't think that's what Caleb's capable of.
Yeah.
Juan, what's the worry meter right now through 2 weeks for the Bears?
For me, it's a 7. For me, it's a 7. It's worrisome, but I do understand that this is going to be a process. Number 1, and number 2, let's just speak the facts of it, man. They got Roma Dunze, they got Loveland, they got Caleb Williams. These are guys that are still very young, that are rookies, second-year players. It's going to take some time. Their whole coaching staff is new. Let's give it some time. Let's not panic and say that they're going to be the worst team in the league. And here we go again, 4 wins. Here we come. Let's pump the brakes. I want to see them through like 10 weeks. Like I'm waiting for the game where it all comes together.
I'm worried. I don't like the look of it. I don't like it. The defense, I think Dennis Allen is a good coach. So maybe this is just a blip on the radar. But it's not been promising through 2 weeks. And again, this is an overreaction probably, but I'm sure Bear fans are probably going through it. So
yeah. Well, who else?
They got the Cowboys, so they can win that game.
You know who else is going through it, Max? We got to talk about it. Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals. So it just came out that Joe Burrow can potentially miss 3 months, Max, with turf toe. He wound up getting hurt in the Jacksonville and Bengals game. The Bengals wound up coming out with the win. First raw reactions. I'm going to say this. Jake Browning is probably one of the best backups in the league, quietly.
I mean, you say that, but he played like crap until the final.
I mean, yeah, picks. But like, this is not the first time like this dude comes in and he wins the game.
He's not bad.
He's a backup, Max. He's a back. Like the way he's a Drew Stanton.
Coaches are so dumb. It's like, oh, we could just take 3 and go up 6 and have all the momentum, and then we're gonna go for it on 4th and 7 and give them life and then momentum. I mean, look, Jacksonville in my head did enough to win this game. That PI and Travis Hunter was not PI. I thought Trevor Lawrence today was a little too careless with the football. He was a meme when he tried to throw that ball 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. But again, if you go back and watch that game and I don't know how close an eye you had on this game. This was on my laptop while I was watching Red Zone with my dad. There was so many illegal shifts, and that to me is just where like the preseason, not having it anymore or not participating matters. Jacksonville was constantly just like behind the 8 ball. It was like 1st and 15. They didn't run the ball as much as they did last week, but I have liked what I've seen from a number of players on Jacksonville. This is an inexcusable loss, so you have to win this game. Like this game gives you a leeway to lose a game later in the year.
Yes,
they should be 2-0. They're 1-1. The Bengals bought themselves some time, even if Joe Burrow misses a long time. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were awesome today. I don't even want to say the defense was awesome because it really wasn't. They just made some timely plays.
Yeah, they got the turnovers, and I'm going to say this. This is the price you pay, bro. When you pay T. Higgins, when you pay Jamar Chase, when you pay your quarterback, but you ignore your offensive line. Amarius Mims was probably their high. Yeah, he didn't look good today. I just think all around, just shit didn't look good for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're praising them so much last week being like this new Jags team. Liam Cohen, that last week was a game that the Jags blow. They jag it up. They prove us wrong this week, and they're like, hold on. Stop the show. Hold my beer. Let me show you that I'm still the Jaguars that you know.
They really jagged us off today.
Exactly.
This off.
And so, when you have situations on the sidelines, Max, where Liam Cohen is basically telling Trevor Lawrence, like, what the F are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, I want to say this. Right after that, he put the ball in Brian Thomas's chest, and then he dropped it. By the way, Brian Thomas, I saw a case of alligator arms from him I haven't seen since Todd Pinkston or Freddie Mitchell, one of those two idiots.
Terrence Mitchell too, or who was the guy from the
Terrence
Cowboys?
Williams.
Terrence Williams.
But he had a play where he sold Trevor Lawrence on a pick where he didn't want to get popped, and he just let the ball. He just didn't go for it. That's
there was a big conversation about that.
I saw that.
Yeah, Liam Cohen got asked about that in the presser, and he says he has to look it over. We gotta look at the film. So it's just a bad look. BTJ is a great player. We know what he's capable of.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this is 2 weeks now that he has not really gotten as much involved into the offense as you would like. I just feel like something looked off today with the Jaguars. It looked like the same old Jags.
They could not close this game out, and they had so many chances. By the way, awesome. Travis Hunter played 40 snaps on like both sides of the ball. Freaking awesome. I loved it. I thought he did great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of the jag off. That's what they did to us today.
Yeah, and they're
talented though. Like, dude, Trayvon Walker looked really good today.
Wingard over here, like pick six and shit.
This was like the dumbest. So the first fourth down they went for the Bengals on the final drive. They were like 4th and 4.
Yeah,
on the like
20. They were close to the red zone. They were in field goal range,
and they had Trayvon Walker drop out of the backfield to play man-to-man coverage on Chase Brown. That's what we came up with on.
Yeah,
like that's the stupid crap. Like that's like when the coach draws on the whiteboard, like the 49. Here's a prime example for the 49er fans out there. In the NFC Championship game, you're like, oh, we'll leave our backup tight end to block Hassan Riddick.
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
Right.
That's how you get hurt and let your quarterback get popped. Dumb crap like that, where it's like on the whiteboard, it'll work.
So talking about, you know how we feel about the Jags. They're 1-1. It's a work in progress. They got a new head coach too. They got a new system. I love what I seen from Travis Hunter. I think BTJ is a talented player. He's gonna get it together. I'm just worried about Trevor Lawrence
next week.
Yeah. I'm worried about T-Law, and I'm worried about the Liam Cohen relationship. It's just weird. Okay, I don't like to see that kind of stuff on the sidelines. I don't know. I'm not there. Maybe it's not no biggie. Just don't like to see it. Now, let's go on the Bengals. They're 2-0. Right? They're 2-0. It's probably the best September that they've ever had in Joe Burrow era.
They play the Vikings, Broncos, and Lions.
So they can easily be 2-3 in a couple.
Yeah, but thank God they won this game. Like,
So Joe Burrow's out, right? He's gonna be out for at least
a couple weeks, I would think.
at the very
Look,
least, I think it's a month. Like that's
I
a
would
month
think so
injury.
too.
Yeah, at the very
Yeah, I would
least.
think so
He's
too.
gonna see a second opinion, he's gonna see a second doctor. But as far as right now,
I thought it was the
it's
ankle. I can't believe it's the turf toe. Like,
yeah,
does it look
well,
like
he needs
he's gonna?
surgery. He needs surgery, and if he gets the surgery, it's 3 months. That's basically out for the season, the way I see it. Essentially. Like if
Well,
you're
yeah,
not
because if they're out of it, they're like,
right.
well, why even come back?
Exactly. So, what do you think, Max, about this whole injury? What's your take on it?
I think the Bengals, like you said, there's not really much to add. It just depends how long he's going to be out. If he can sit out a month and then power through, they'll have a chance to go far. If he misses 3 months, I'm calling the season done for the Bengals. I hate to say it.
And I would just say this, Max. I think this should be a glaring issue as far as like I know injuries happen, Max. Like I know freak stuff happens, and it's sometimes you can't blame the guy. But in this case, I'm just gonna say this: this is not the first time. This is not the second time that Trevor Lawrence has gotten hurt. This is already the Trevor Lawrence, excuse me, Joe Burrow, the third time that he has gotten hurt for long periods of time, to the fact where his season is on the line and he's going to miss the whole season.
Part of that's on Joe Burrow too, because he's always dancing back there trying to make a play, which we love. But the O-line's a problem. There's no.
You would think though, Max, you have this quarterback that has had 2 season-ending injuries. You would want to protect him.
I mean, they've let's not. But one, don't be like a Joey and say, hey, they never tried anything. They drafted Amarius Mims, who I love.
It's one guy. It's one guy.
They got Orlando Brown, who I like. But I'm saying, what are they supposed to do? Like, these guys don't hit the free agent market. Like, that'd be like saying if they're Trey Smith hit and they were like, we don't want Trey Smith. I'd be like, okay, well, that's pretty dumb. You should probably go get Trey Smith.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they've tried, but like, what else can they do?
Yeah,
I get you. Missed. If you miss on the pick,
yeah. Well, I'm predicting that the Bengals are toasted. They're going to be competitive.
It's just dependent on the injury.
Yeah, I think Jake Browning is a good backup quarterback. I feel like
we'll see what he's made of.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. He can still throw for some yards. It's just winning.
If they can somehow go like 2-2 over the next month, that's a huge win for the Bengals.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with them. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about the Giants and the Cowboys. You brought them up numerous times. Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson. I mean, this was the game of the century. 37-40. Went into OT. The Giants are 0-2. The Cowboys are 1-1. Thoughts, Max? What do you come out of this game thinking?
I'm shocked the Giants couldn't win this game. I think they had a lot of opportunities to win this game. I think if you go back and watch the fourth quarter, they score that unbelievable touchdown. Malik Neighbors, what a performance one. They were playing prevent defense, but I was like, they just need to get 30 yards for a field goal. It's like, you got to remember, they don't just have a kicker. They have the best kicker in football for my money right now. And that was puzzling because they were like, oh, you want 20 yards? Okay, you can have it. I'm like, no, get in their face and make them earn it. Like, you can't be afraid to win the game. They were like, okay, we just don't want to lose. And so they were like, we'll just let you kick a 64-yard field goal. But I'm like, in my head, when I was thinking, well, he's going to make it. This isn't like you're picking Jake Moody, who's just been like this horrible kicker to kick it. No, like, it was a dumb performance. But I'm a Giants fan. I saw a couple of things I'm impressed with. I'm impressed with Russ. We really need Andrew Thomas back because that guy playing left tackle, 4 penalties in the drive. What a performance. The defensive line kicked butt today. That's what was shocking, like how well the defensive line played, and they couldn't get off the field at certain times.
Yeah,
like I thought Tavon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter kicked ass today.
Yeah,
like we've talked about even like doing a video on how good they could be, and they were what lived up, but the defense just kind of was like a step behind.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off on the Cowboy side. I thought
my bad. Cam Scatterbo played pretty well
He
on.
did. He did. He
Okay.
led the Giants in carries.
I
About
was
damn
gonna
time.
text you when he dropped that fourth down. I'm like, that guy effing sucks. And then after that, he was just like putting his head down,
Oh yeah.
giving CTE,
Oh yeah.
taking some CTE. He'll have a job at CTE ESPN for Antonio Brown when his career's over. I'm confident to say that.
But on the Cowboys side, I think there is that extra like intangibles with Dak Prescott that me and you tend to forget about because I don't think like the talent is like glaring on the TV. It's like
I
oozing.
feel like those intangibles come up against like the teams like the Giants
Yeah.
or like the Dolphins, like on a week 13 when they're both 6-6.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's good to see a quarterback that's competent and know what to do in pressure situations and get the dub. Like his defense did some inexcusable things. Like Malik Neighbors getting behind the defense on that play. It's just absolutely like it's ridiculous. That just shouldn't happen.
The Giants not taking. You know what's crazy about this game? It was a field goal game. I thought I was like, oh, it's going to come down to, and then the Giants don't take points, and now I'm thinking, well, if you just took 3 right here, now they're down by 6, and it's like just take your points, guys. I would rather lose every time taking points than to freaking win like 2 out of 10, where I get like some points. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. And I was very impressed with George Pickens. I thought George Pickens finally had his Cowboys like breakout debut game. I thought he made some big catches. He caught a touchdown pass. This is how the Cowboys are going to have to win. Their defense is not good. I think it showed today. It showed against the Eagles. Their offense is going to have to carry. Javonte Williams looked very good again. 18 carries, 97 yards, had a touchdown. So very good for him. But this is the recipe. This is what they have to do to win. And they're 1-1. We'll see how it goes. This is a big win for them, though. I think it's a bigger loss for the Giants because it just brings more attention as far as like, well, we're still 0-2. We look good this week. We scored a bunch of points, but we're still 0-2. We found a way to lose.
Oh my God, they play the Chiefs next week. They play the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Saints. Go ahead and get Jackson Dart ready for that Saints game.
Yeah.
I will say this: the one silver lining was, even though they lost, Russell Wilson balled. So at least like that bought them a little bit of like the QB stuff, like quieting that down. Because I hate to say it, Russ played great. I know he threw the pick at the end, but that doesn't take away what he did.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. I want to talk a little bit about the Patriots and Dolphins. This was a fantastic game to watch as far as, the reasons why we are not cheering for the Dolphins this year. They're 0-2. They found a way to lose the game. I thought this game was going to be a track meet by the Patriots early in the game. I was like, oh, yeah. Here we go. Like it's going to become falling. Shout out to the Dolphins. They came back. Malik Washington had a big punt return.
Then Antonio Gibson just was like, hey, hold my beer.
Yeah, so some picks to go with it this game. Tua threw an ugly pick to Mapu. Look.
Who?
It's I know, right? But I would say this. I still come away from this game knowing that the Patriots are not that good of a team. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not impressed.
If they were good, they could have put this team out of its misery.
Yes.
But your boy Spillane looked a little slow out there today.
My boy looking a little shaky. I ain't gonna lie. He looking a little shaky.
I ain't gonna lie. Spillane ain't built for this matchup. Devon Chain was in his ass all day.
Yeah.
Pause. Sorry,
but
sorry, people.
Thoughts on the Miami Dolphins? What did you think?
Well, as an uneducated person who watches football, shout out to whoever commented that. Don't even know your name. That's how much I care. You're playing the Bills Thursday. 0-3.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be 0-3, guys. I don't know. Maybe Josh Allen's going to not play because his nosebleed. I'm not really sure. The Dolphins are not a good team. Their defense is some hot ass. We talked about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and say this. The offense had some moments today, but I think the moments on offense had a lot to do with more to the Patriots and them looking great. Because I was like, well, why aren't, like, Devon Chain caught a swing pass and we went like 40 yards. I'm like, that's not great offense, right? Like, that's not Tua making plays. And again, I felt like when they had to have a play, Tua didn't deliver. He did the opposite. So I think the Dolphins are dead team walking. I'm going to go with that. I don't really think there's a way they can beat the Bills the way the Bills are playing. The Bills are playing lights up. Did we already talk about the Bills?
No, we didn't talk about the Bills. I just want to say this about the Dolphins. I agree with you. I don't like what I see. Tyreek Hill is still having like little instances on the sidelines where I just feel like
he's fun to be around.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't seem like a good environment.
Juan always says this too. You can tell a good defense by tackling. They suck at tackling.
They can't tackle.
Ramondre Stevenson, who we said was dead last week, is alive, running over them.
Yes.
Will.
Yes. Yeah.
Drake May played a good game. Really like Drake May's performance.
Thought he played good. But like I said, I don't come away from that game thinking that the Patriots are like something special. I still think they need a lot of work. I just think the Dolphins are, like you said, just not a good team. I don't like the direction that they're going. Hey, maybe, it's a Thursday night game. Funny stuff happens all the time on Thursday Night Football. So we'll see.
Hey, you gave this boy $40 million.
Got to do it.
Go get the job done.
Go get it.
Go get the job done.
So speaking of quarterbacks that get the job done, let's talk about the Bills and the Jets. The Bills, man, they come out and they handle business. It's just brief. Look, this is why you don't trust in week one. The Jets look like a completely different team out there. The Bills came out there and smashed them in the mouth right away. James Cook had a great game. Josh Allen didn't have to do much. This is where the Bills came out and they dominated, And the Jets, they're just not ready, bro. Justin Fields winded up getting hurt in this game very early. 3 for 11. Yeah, 3 for 11, only threw for 27 yards. Had a couple of carries. The run game wasn't going. The pass game wasn't going. It's just domination by the Bills. And this is where I'm not surprised that the Jets did this, And I seen a lot of people betting the points this week with the Jets going against the Bills, sneaky matchup for the Bills, but it wasn't. It's going to be a work in progress. This is a team where they have a quarterback that needs a system. They need some things going. They need the run game going. Just a lot of things to happen. And I think this is more of a correlation this week on what we saw from the Jets, Max. A little bit what's kind of weird about the Steelers, man. I want to talk about them. The Steelers have a bad defense. I'm just going to say it. They look bad. Their defense did not look good. 2 weeks in a row already. Their defense has not looked good. Jalen Ramsey is still making plays out there. You got to pick this week. But it's like
toasted. Toasted by Torrey Horton.
Like Kenny Walker, 100 yards, touchdown. Jackson Smith, 100 yards receiving. Sam Darnold looked decent today. Decent.
Jackson Smith looked really good. I mean, yeah. As bad as this is going to sound, like as much as I agree with you, the Steelers were in this game until Caleb Johnson just decided not to.
That's another thing.
I don't need to describe it, but I agree. It's not really the Steelers team we're used to seeing where it's a dominant defense. I just think Seattle kind of pushed them around a little bit. I think both teams right now are a little bit of fool's gold. I really need to see like another week out of both teams to kind of like grade their assessment. Because I mean, Aaron Rodgers did some decent things. He didn't look horrible. Like one of the picks was, just over aggressiveness. One was at the end of the game trying to make a play. But the Steelers and the Seahawks, one more week for Max. I'm sorry. I don't really have much to say because it was just
no. I feel you. I feel you. It's just weird. It's weird for me to see the Steelers defense giving up like the wide open stuff.
Yeah,
2 weeks in a row.
But they don't play. They don't play one. It's like defenses this week. Not a good look. I mean, you go watch the Cleveland versus the Baltimore. Cleveland's defense put up a fight, and then Baltimore's like, "Oh yeah, we're way better than you."
Yeah,
and then they just blew them out.
Yeah. Let's talk about a little bit about the Panthers and Cardinals because I had a close eye on this one. I had some fun watching this one. It started off terrible. You mentioned it in the beginning of the pod. Weeks 1 and 2 for Bryce Young, legendary. It's just all-time lows for Bryce Young.
He has to be 0-6.
I'm going to say this, though. I love what I seen in the second half. Fourth quarter, to be specific. He came out there. He threw for 328 yards. He throw the
Threw
ball
55 times.
He threw 55. Well, he had to.
You're not. I'm saying you're not going to win though. If this is Bryce Young's throwing the ball 55 times.
The problem with the Panthers, Max, is they lack receivers. They don't have any playmakers besides Ted McMillan. That's really their only playmaker.
They drafted a great receiver in Xavier Leggett.
Oh wait. There you go. Yeah. I don't even think he had one catch today for -2 yards. That's
my go.
Yeah. Hunter Renfrow is their second best option. Okay, Sticky Icky is their best.
Tet looks really good.
Tet looks really good. Amazing, but they need more. And when you have an offense like the Panthers, where you lack playmakers, when Chuba Hubbard is being depended on, where Hunter Renfrow is being depended on, your offense is going to have some moments where it just doesn't look good. And the offensive line is still a work in progress. But I'm going to tell you this. Thank God for the Arizona Cardinals, Max. Because they're, 2-0? I'm calling it right now. They're phony. They're the most phoniest 2-0 team out there. I'm going to call it how it is.
I mean, I don't have much to say because we said the same thing last week. They looked really good. They should have blown the doors off the Panthers with the way the game started. I just want to say this. Where is Marvin Harrison Jr.? For all you Cardinal fans out there, I know he had the 40-yard pass interference call. So, okay, he had 3 catches for 70 yards. It's okay. I just don't know what's going on over there.
It's the offense, Mags. I was saying this in the preview. They don't use him. They only let him run a couple routes. That's it. It's just he's more of a decoy, I feel like, than an actual contributor.
Who do the Cardinals play next week? We need them to get tested because they play the 49ers, who are just already hurt.
I can see them still winning that game because the Niners, I think I'm not impressed with the Niners. Today they were hanging in there with the Saints. The Saints were hanging in there with them. It's just the Saints are just not a good team, so they couldn't get it done.
So I have one question about that game really quick.
Yeah.
Mac Jones went 26 for 39, 279 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Give him the MVP.
No, my question is, and this was brought to me by a Niner fan named Joey, and he said, if Mac Jones can look this good for the Niners, why even give Brock $50 million?
Oh, he just realized that? That just popped in his head?
Now, okay, so I told him, I said, well, Brock's a step up from, Mac Jones. But the way their offense operates, it's not really, it's like you don't really need a $45 million middling quarterback, right?
Yeah, this is what the Niners, it's Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is the man. He's going to be quarterback friendly. And does Brock Purdy make some off schedule plays and, he's good in moving in the pocket? Yes, but look at a guy like Mac Jones. He looked just fine today. They got the win. Guys were wide open. He was making some good throws. He was giving them some confident boosters. They were just fine. And this is what we're always saying with the Niners. This is why we always have this Brock Purdy conversation. It's not surprising to me. It didn't shock me at all that Mac Jones came out there and looked decent.
I thought he looked decent too. I mean, if he looked decent against the Cardinals, I'd be like, yeah.
100%. And this is the thing. Kyle Shanahan felt so confident in his quarterback, his backup quarterback, right? They threw the ball 39 times, Max.
It's a lot of I'm pretty sure Brock could have went. I know he's banged up, but I don't really feel like they're going to look all that different with Mac Jones. Again, I'm not trying to be a Niner hater. They're 2-0.
Yeah.
They have a test. They don't have a test. They have a tough matchup without, Kittle and Purdy. But it's just something I think is food for thought, guys. If you look this good with Mac Jones and you've looked good with Nick Mullins and you even look good with Brock Purdy when you had Trey Lance and you were like, oh, Brock Purdy kid's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we're at. I don't know if this is going to be the thing because they're missing some guys. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Juan, where to?
All right, let's hit the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Wow, all right. Gee, make me wait 4 minutes.
No one cares about a quarterback who can't throw for 100 yards. Anyway, what's your thoughts on the Eagles and Chiefs game?
I mean, just Domination.
Stop.
Start to finish.
Stop.
Again, tough. I knew it was going to be a tough game. I knew the defenses were going to shine. I want to say this, guys, to all the people who think the Chiefs' offense is just busted and broken and stuff. It could be, right? Could be busted and broken. They've played two of the best defenses in football. Not to mention Vic Fangio has given Patrick Mahomes fits even when he had the great offense, all the weapons and stuff. That's just my food for thought on this one. I think the Chiefs, I know this sounds crazy. They play the Giants next week. They're going to be 1-2, and then they're going to just get rolling because that's what they do, right? Like if they lose to the Giants, it's done. Call it a game, set, match. But for the Eagles side, the offense again did not look that great. They were not as explosive, but the Chiefs defense would you still agree, is still one of the better units in football?
Yeah, most definitely. They held up Saquon Barkley. It looked like reminiscent of the Super Bowl. I think
he had 90 yards, but it wasn't like
it was grinded out. It was grinded out.
Yeah. 100%.
But I would say this. I said this last week. I confirmed it this week. The leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs today, Max, was Patrick Mahomes with 66 yards. The next guy was Kareem Hunt. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Kareem Hunt was their leading rusher. 31 yards.
Okay, so they basically had 19 carries for 56 yards. That's not it.
It's pitiful. It's not going to get the job done. Like I said, the Chiefs have never been this run-heavy team and get 120 yards, 150 yards as a team, but they've always been able to run the ball effectively when they needed to.
Efficiently, for sure.
Efficiently.
Yeah,
and especially in a game like this where it's close, it's like, hey, let's get the offense going. Let's have a couple explosive runs with Isaiah Pacheco, couple mean, tough runs, angry runs. It's just non-existent. It's tough. And right now where the offense is, the age that Travis Kelce is, the young players that they're depending on, like Tyquan Thornton, Hollywood Brown, you're not going to be able to just throw
Worthy, but I don't really feel like that's going to change.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to just throw Mahomes back there and be Superman. It's not going to happen. No. This is not Tyreek Hill that you're dealing with. This is not this just explosive.
If they wait like 3 weeks,
it might be. Yeah, Tyreek Hill might be back in Kansas City.
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna say this. That's what's missing, Matt. It's the run game. And like you said,
I will say this: if their O-line plays like they did this week, the Giants have a shot. Yeah. The Giants' D-line is going to wreck the game. Yeah. We know that about them. Jawan Taylor is a turnstile at right tackle. He is ass.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this. I'm not worried if they go 0-3, and I'm not going to be crazy if they go 1-2, they win the game against the Giants. The Chiefs are going to chief. They're going as long as they get in the dance, they're going to be just fine.
They played the Giants, Ravens, Jaguars next 3 games. I'm sorry, you can't lose next week because you might lose to the Ravens.
Yeah.
Well, they also might beat the Ravens because
that's a game that that's the game that they're typically like winning. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I'm not panicking on the Chiefs. They're the Chiefs. They got Andy Reid. They got Patrick Mahomes. They're gonna figure it out.
Says a Chiefs fan. Go ahead, Chiefs fan.
I hate you.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Drink that red Kool-Aid. One nation.
Talking about drinking the red Kool-Aid, someone got to give JJ McCarthy some red Kool-Aid or some secret stuff from Space Jam because he's
had a kid. He's not sleeping good.
He looked absolutely like dog shit tonight. I had him in fantasy. That's part of the reason why I'm mad. It just looked bad.
That's how one started off the hey, how are you tonight? JJ McCarthy sold me a fantasy.
Oh my god, he did. Look, I'm going to say this. They look like the Vikings of the first half on Monday Night Football. They just didn't have a moment where they put it all together. I'm not worried about the Vikings, though. I'm going to say that. I'm not worried at all. I still got trust in O'Connell. I still got trust in JJ McCarthy. I think it's just a learning curve. It's a learning curve, and I think this says more about the Atlanta Falcons defense. This is the best defensive performance I have seen from the Atlanta Falcons in this whole era of the
Arthur Smith, like the last 5 years for sure, like half decade.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give a big shout out to 2 guys, both rookies, Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman. played absolutely lights out tonight. Billy Bowman had potentially 2 picks. One of them was called a drop, but he had a pick for him. The defense, as far as the defensive line goes, like James Pierce, your boy, looked really
Oh,
good.
fuck you.
Jalen Walker looked really good.
You know who else? Brandon Dorless. I think he's another rookie too. He was really good.
Yeah, Leonard Floyd. Like, they had 6 sacks tonight, Max. The Falcons, I tell you, 6.
I'm going to say this. There's 2 things to take away from this game. If you're a Vikings fan and you're to be worried about, you need Darisaw back bad. Left tackle is a huge problem right now. Next thing, the run defense for the Vikings was really bad. They gave up 38 carries for 200 yards. That's not something you see from them. Now, I don't want to just say it was all like, just getting gashed, because there were some times the Vikings defense played. Like, this game could have been a blowout with the way the offense played, and the Vikings defense was holding steady.
Yeah.
But that's just one thing to keep an eye out, is just the run defense for the Vikings and the left tackle. Darisaw is going to be back soon. It can't happen soon enough.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, at times that derails their whole offense, how bad he is, because they're just abusing J.J. McCarthy. As bad as he played, the Vikings O-line got their ass kicked tonight. And like you said, tip your hat to those young guys. Dorless, Walker, Leonard Floyd, James Pierce, of course.
Billy Bowman, all those guys.
Billy Bowman. Yeah, 100%.
All those guys. Yeah, shout out to the Falcons.
Hey, Kyle Pitts, live? Oh, wait, he had 4 for 40. We know that.
As far as Michael Penix goes, he did fine. They ran the ball for 218 yards. Like,
he barely threw for 130. I mean,
they ran the ball 38 times tonight, and this is any football team. Any football team that can run the ball 38 times for 200 plus yards,
probably winning that game.
Exactly, and they're probably gonna want that every single time, 9 times out of 10. But don't worry about the Kevin O'Connell. Don't worry about J.J. McCarthy. I think they're going to figure it out. I think they need to get the ball out of McCarthy's hands a lot faster than what he's doing. And like, they just need to tell him, get the ball out of your hands, dude. Okay? Fast.
Vikings have the Bengals next week.
Perfect. Get right game.
100%. And the Falcons play the Panthers. Watch them lose that game.
Falcons would are they gonna Panther it up, or are they gonna Falcon it up? The battle of the birds.
Who knows?
Or they're not even birds. I'm stupid.
Birds.
Shut up. I knew it. I caught it before you said it. All right. I caught it before you said it.
The battle of the boys.
The dark animals. All right. There you go. Panthers and Falcons. All right. The Panthers are at least the panther in Carolina, the logo, it's a black panther. But
whoa, please, sir.
And then Dirty Birds,
my guy.
Dirty Birds. All right. Anyway, look, I think that's gonna do it. Any more thoughts, Max? Packers, they look like a juggernaut. I'm gonna say that. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. As far as like, don't be heavily invested into the Packers and just give them the crown. I'm just gonna say that it was a Thursday night game. They look really good in 2 weeks, but I wouldn't crown them yet. I really want to see.
I just want a Monday preview before we go. Just give me your thoughts.
Raiders 2-0. Calling it. Pete Carroll.
Are you worried about?
Pete Carroll is going to break
Ashton
4
Genty?
chalkboards.
Are you worried about Ashton Genty at all?
No, because Genty needs to do work for me in fantasy. I need him.
So
I'm going to look in the camera. Hold on. I'm going to look in the camera. Look, Genty.
Yeah. Okay.
I need you, dog. I need you to do work. Okay? Save me. Save the Raiders. Save my fantasy team. Save my life, bro. I need you more than ever. Win. All right?
Okay.
That's all I got.
You don't want to be saved. Don't save him. Give me like a fantasy update. How you doing in the matchups right now?
I'm 0-3 potentially. I need. Look, I got Omari in Hampton. I got Genty. I got a couple.
You're gonna lose every league today this week.
Yeah, I might go 0-3. So it's a rough week. Everyone was scoring. Everyone's players were scoring today. Jamar Chase,
let him lose.
St. Brown, but none of my guys wanted to score. All right, I had J.J. McCarthy out there tonight. That's what I got. All right. Anyway, any last words, Max?
No, don't ask me about how my Madden tournament went, you jerk.
You had a Madden tournament?
I'm competing in like the MCS this week. I went 4-0.
Really? There you
Yeah, it
go.
was tough.
Max might leave MJC Sports, y'all, for streaming.
I'll just stream under MJC Sports.
There you go. All right. Bucks and Texans preview. Who's winning?
Texans. No, I'm going with the Bucks. I got Bakey. I got
Bucks too. I think CJ
Such
Stroud.
a weird man. I honestly can't remember the last time I saw the Texans play the Bucks.
Yeah,
I don't think it's ever happened.
I think I picked up. I'm streaming the Tampa Bay defense this week. I think they're going to get a lot of sacks on that Texans.
What do you mean streaming? What does that mean?
Well, I don't own a defense, so I stream a defense. I pick whatever the best matchup is.
Is that the term?
Yeah, that's the term. You stream it. I streamed kickers and I streamed defenses. Like I streamed Schrader today from the Colts. I'm just a goat like that.
I stream other things I just can't talk about on the podcast.
shout out to Stream East. Anyway, that's gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna do it. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If it's a really good Monday night games, maybe we'll hop in for a little
at 11 o'clock at night because double header.
Yeah, double header. Anyway,
or maybe the Raiders will get knocked out like Canelo and want to be double sacked.
I hate you.
Okay.
Canelo didn't get knocked out. Don't disrespect the people like that. All right. Okay. All right.
Hey man. Hey man.
Anyway,
let's end the podcast, man.
Yeah, let's end it. We out of here. See y'all next time. Peace.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't.